Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me for the Modern Priestess Path's first oracle reading, at least as we stand. I am Martine Wareham, author of the Modern Priestess Path. I love doing oracle readings just to get a pulse on the collective energies, on what we are embarking on, what we are leaving behind, and what we have to look forward to. So, a lot of those messages showed up for us today, and I hope you will enjoy my dear friend Taylor from Renegade Activations music in the background of the reading because I just love his music. So I hope you'll enjoy this and take something away. I think there's something here for everyone. Um, and thank you for tuning in. For today's reading, I used Rebecca Campbell's Ancient Stones Oracle deck. I love all of Rebecca's cards. Honestly, I own most of her decks, along with a couple dozen others. But what's been really calling to me lately with these cards is the earth energy, the elemental energy, the always the ancestry energy is there, but it just resonates a little more grounded in this deck. So I think that it really showed up beautifully. Her magic, her imagery, it really spoke to what's been happening in the collective field of late. So I hope you'll enjoy this walk through today's reading. If you look at the visual I'm including with this, you will see that at the bottom of this draw, the base of this deck is the volcano. Relationships. Express. Don't stagnate. Sitting above, in the center, from left to right, is the cave. Retreat. Time out. Self-care. Slow down. Ah, yes, and that's the left, the feminine side. The image of a man sitting with his arms crossed across his chest, sort of giving himself love as he sits in the womb of the earth. Stones surround him, reminding me of the caves in Sedona. The light shines in, kind of just gleaming in from somewhere mystical. So while around the edges of the card seem a little dark and almost alone, there's sort of like new life coming in from the rays of light behind him. So sometimes when we are in those places of shadow, we forget that the darkest shadows actually are the birthplaces of new light. So I think this is a beautiful card for that. The center of the cross is, and to the right of the cave, is Find Your Center, with a beautiful spiral in the center and sacred stone structures, people. It looks like you're getting the energies and frequencies of the ancient elders, and the woman connecting her third eye, her heart chakra, and the center of the spiral sitting in this image just below her root chakra. And just calling on the elementals and source light and her connection to source and anchoring that frequency into the earth. It's very beautiful. And so that one is Find Your Center, Stay True to You, Call It to You. To the right of the cross, to the right of that card on the cross, is Alignment. It's coming together, and precision with the beautiful sacred geometry of the Tree of Life, of Metatron's cube, and that everything is in divine order here. And the stones are lined in a circle where they're focusing the light and the organization around the center stone. And I believe that's you. Everything is coming together perfectly. And I said that right before looking at the description on the card that says, it's coming together. Precision. That's funny. But beautiful dark blues and silver and white on this card, showing that no matter how dark the external might seem, the light that you are and that you call in and that you create with is pure, and it's perfection, and it arranges in the dark. So everything is going as planned, coming together. Beautiful. And the card above at the top, sitting on the top of the cross, is the entrance stone. So beautiful. I love this card. Lots of those beautiful spiral carvings carved into the stone below the girl who sits in the middle with a beam of light, like an egg of light over her heart, and a gorgeous key, golden key right in the center of the egg. Above her head is another entrance into this tomb, and almost like the northern star above her head that's shining from inside the tomb. So she stands in the doorway of the mysteries. The great mysteries, I believe, are standing behind her in the tomb, in this beautiful ancient building. And she shines her light from her heart space out into the world, and the spiral is that eternal path within, and we go around and around, and each time we go through another cycle, we come out, we're doing it with more wisdom, more experience, more healing. So the spiral is eternal. It is exponential each time. There's more growth, there's more to be learned from the energies that we are putting out. So just keep staying in your truth is what I see on this card. And the gorgeous beam of light above her head, as though, you know, the North Star is what leads us. It's what's your North Star. Where are you being led to shine your truth and to stand with the new beginnings, step forward and expansion, because it comes from true wisdom, is what it's saying. And then my favorite, the bottom of the deck card, to me is always everything in these cards as one, and it says Scrying. Scrying, trust your visions, intuition, plant seeds. I've been getting this card a lot lately, and maybe we will go into describing that first and then read what the book says about the rest. But my impression is we have been doing a lot of shadow work, going into the depths of feeling grief, what needs to be let go, what disappointments we've had in life, uncertainty of what the next step is, and sometimes it's really hard to not what's the word I'm looking for? Sometimes it's hard to know the next step because you're still entangled in the energies of what happened last time you took that step. Because we are constantly shedding like the snake. We are constantly shedding. And the hardest part of shedding is not looking back, right? And so what I see here is a lot of hope, a lot of, you've gone within, you've done the work in the dark. Your wisdom came from that work in the dark. Your North Star, everything's been in alignment. The volcano at the bottom to me is that everything has been erupting. You've been through this eruption of feeling, frequencies, emotion. I mean, we have had activation after activation. It has been like standing inside a volcano as it erupts, and it just keeps going. That's been the current energy. That's 2026 for you. And I think it didn't really, that energy started before 2026. It probably 2023. But we could go on. But I would say the last year and a half has been accelerated combustion. But look what's coming from it. Out of the ash, literally sitting, the card is at the bottom showing the ash cloud above it. Out of the ash are these other cards: the cave, finding your center, alignment, stand at the threshold and take that next step forward. Ooh, yeah, that is some serious rebirth energy right there. So the overarching message is the Scrying card, and I'm going to read that first. Scrying is a divination practice used by wise ones the world over throughout history. It involves focusing the gaze on an object. Stones or crystals are often used, water as well, and seers or oracles would interpret the symbols that and images that arise when they're in that hypnotic state. So scrying is used with the intention of receiving visions, clarity, or revelations, or simply to invite inspiration. It's a form of psychic seeing, looking deeply and entering a state where we pay attention to what's shown or revealed to us through our intuitive senses. The scrying card is a call to trust your intuitive abilities and what your intuition is telling you. Have you been receiving visions lately that were difficult to ignore? Have you been receiving them but not acting on them? This is a sign to begin to trust your visions and to potentially develop them even more. One of the best ways to trust your intuition is to act on it when you receive it. The more we act and receive it, and the more confirmation we will get, the more confident we will become. So you may be called to find structured ways to develop your psychic seer abilities through training or your own exercises. Perhaps you're even being called to work with the stones through scrying. To do this, find a stone or crystal, soften your gaze, and really connect with the consciousness of it. Merge with the stone and let it reveal to you what you most need to see, hear, feel, or experience. Notice the patterns that form and any images that come to you, externally or internally. Let the wisdom of the stone or crystal reveal to you what you most need to see and feel. How are you being called to develop your intuitive abilities? Well, that's funny because this morning I put my boyfriend's necklace, beautiful labradorite necklace on this morning. It just called to me, and it looks so very similar to the alignment card. It's all coming together. The same exact blues, greens, silver, the same light reflection in the alignment card, and it's circular like the circles in the geometric shapes and patterns on the card. So that feels very much in alignment. I'm glad I listened to my intuition and put that on. Okay, so the Volcano card, that's the one that started. This is the bottom of the deck, going in a little more in depth here. Relationships, express, don't stagnate. Behold the fiery dance of the volcano, a testament to nature's potent alchemy. During its magnificent eruption, ancient rocks yields transformation, giving birth to new molten forms that cool into creation. A vivid reminder that even seemingly unchanging stone holds the seeds of renewal and regeneration. If we fail to express our anger, it can turn into resentment. When we feel upset or frustrated, it's easy to let it slide for fear of upsetting someone. But then it might build into something bigger. If we find a way to communicate clearly and compassionately, we can avoid unnecessary conflict, confusion, and separation. The Volcano card invites you to express your feelings now before they get out of hand, to clearly state what your experience is so you can solve it now before it turns into something else. This card generally comes up when we need to express something that's been left unsaid. This doesn't mean that you must be aggressive or volatile. It's about having the conversation before it turns into something bigger. When we leave our feelings to fester, they can grow red hot and eat us up. But if we can process our feelings and express them in a way that's kind and honest, we can avoid unnecessary harm to a relationship. You may be being called to express your feelings to yourself with a practice like journaling. You may be being called to find a way to process your own inner dialogue, or to have a conversation with someone else in which you express yourself. The ancient stone activation is saying, I gather up the courage to express my feelings before they turn into something bigger than they need to be. Please guide me. Please guide me to express myself clearly and kindly. Very accurate. I've been noticing a pattern in myself and my friends of late of grief. And I think that collectively we are all grieving something, even if it's just the way things used to be. And for some people, it's the way they wish they would be. And so sometimes we have to just be with the disappointment. We have to be with sadness. Like if it arises, it's there to be a teacher, but we can't learn if we are running away from it. So I feel the Volcano card is very on point. The cave. So top left, center really left in the cross. Caves have been used as spaces of contemplation and introspection throughout human history. They are seen as a symbol for connecting the heart through retreating to the cave and being in solitude. The initiate can reconnect with their truest self. Through removing themselves from the business of their everyday life, they can find their truest path. Through removing themselves from the noise around them, they can hear their truest inner voice. When we aren't resourced energetically, we can find ourselves getting triggered easily and causing conflict or uneasiness within or around us. The cave card is an invitation to take a moment away from the noise and monotony of your everyday life, to slow down, reconnect with the wisdom within. It's believed that in times past, the holy ones and mystics would spend their days meditating in caves, although in our modern world, that is rarely possible. Perhaps in this lifetime, we are not meant to stay in the cave. However, it's important to find ways to remove ourselves from the hustle and bustle of everyday life now and then. If we give ourselves windows of retreat, we will likely find it easier to stay connected to the wise one within. If we practice self-care, we may find it easier to care for others. Soul inquiry. How can you create some space in your life to slow down, reflect, and go in? Can you find just a little window of quiet so that you can regulate and resource yourself and truly tune in? I believe that one of the reasons caves were so magical for meditation is we are our own energetic field. And when we have a safe, contained space to tune in and then almost pump our energy, which is, I think, meditation, like we're always pulsing, things are always moving around us. So the more, I'm sure you've noticed that in meditation, oftentimes the more tuned in you become, the more you feel your body vibrate. That vibration is then working with the stone around you, which is grounding, but it's also reverberating your vibration back into strengthening it. So it's, I believe caves are still, like, if you can get into a cave to meditate in today's day and age, it's powerful. And so much of that is just learning to work with your frequency and Mother Earth in tandem. And so much wisdom comes from that. So same would go underwater. Of course, it'd be a lot harder to stay there for very long. You could do it with a device, but of course that's dangerous. But it's a thought, which is just that water is a very powerful, as we know, activator. And that bubble, that when we're in the water and we feel that immersion, it's the same thing. Your own frequency is sort of it's that toroidal field moving through the water and you. It's very it just enhances everything. So caves, waterfalls are a great one. Anyhow, that's just some free thought. And the center of the cross is to the right of the cave card. find your, of course, of course I pull the center card for the center of the pull. That's pretty funny. There it is. Find your center, stay true to you, and call it to you. Because life will happen to us if we are not actively pursuing it, right? And oftentimes we don't like what happens when it's not intended. So we have to be intentional. So calling into your life what it is you want is powerful and needed. Since ancient times, stones have helped humans find their center and their way home. Through labyrinths and along paths and roads, this card is a call to remember who you truly are and to return you to it again and again. These stones are calling you back home to yourself, to go in before looking outside for answers. They're here to help. They are here to help you remember that no one knows what's true for you better than you do, and that the best person you can possibly be is yourself. Often we feel that we need to follow another person's path because they have what we long to have. However, everyone's path is different, and a life is only wasted by walking someone else's path. There's no one even remotely like you on this planet. And so there's no one else's path or life that will match your own. This card is a call to return to your inner truth, to trust your inner voice, and to just be you. If you've been sidetracked by external things that other people have, it's time to remember who you are and why you came here. And to do that again and again, to walk yourself home. If there's something that you long for, take grounded action to go get it. But don't walk someone else's way. Call it to you with enthusiasm while walking your own way. It will come much more swiftly and last a lot longer if you do. Journey into the heart of the labyrinth at Fairy Glen on Scotland's Isle of Skye, which features on this card. Allow each winding path to guide you deeper and deeper with every step upon these ancient stones, and allow yourself to surrender to the whispers of the wisdom within. That actually feels like an inspiration for a meditation, to visualize going there remotely. Soul inquiry. How are you being called to stay true to you? That's what the book says. My prompt would be, where have you set down your desire for something? Where have you doubted your gifts, your truth, that anyone wanted to hear it? That is the greatest hurdle, self-doubt. Listening to the Hermetic Wisdom and the Golden Dawn group, speaking of the symbols, like the wand being the creative object. And if you imagine a wand, and the wand is what you use to manifest. And the sword is the symbol you use to cut away untruth and doubt. The other symbols are, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember, but those are the two that I remember right now. But the sword is a very important one to keep in your toolkit emotionally. That when you start hearing the voice of doubt, or hearing the story of doubt, you take the knife out and you say, no, I just cut an X into it. Say, exit out. No, I don't believe that. That's just a story. And even if it's a past failure is a story too. Cut that out, because you learned from that. And the past is not the future, unless we recreate it. So that's why if a memory pops up when you're manifesting, you're saying, this is what I desire, and if failure pops up to remind you, well, you tried that once before, then you cut it out and say, that was then and this is now. I open to a new outcome. in the greatest and highest good. I believe you will get it. The next card to the right of finding your center is alignment. So I just got to dig that card up right here. The beautiful Metatron's cube. It's all coming together. Precision. From Stonehenge in England to Newgrange, if I'm saying that right, in Ireland. And from the pyramids of Giza in Egypt to Chichen Itza in Mexico. Across the world, you'll find temples, monuments, and stone circles built by ancient people in precise astronomical alignment with the sun and stars. The alignment card is a wonderful one to receive in a reading. It's a sign that you are really starting to sync for you. A physicalization of the flow that's coming into your life after a period of building. It's likely you've been working toward this for some time, or that you've recently made some decisions that have started to feel or have a real impact. Whatever you've been focused on, the cosmos is aligning in your favor and things are beginning to click into place. Perhaps you've decided to focus on what really matters to you, making decisions from what feels congruent rather than what the outside world told you to do. Perhaps you've made some significant changes in your physical life to bring into harmony with how you've changed on the inside. Your ideas, dreams, and visions are coming together. Your time has come. Congruence and alignment are here. Make the most of this moment. Celebrate and claim your space. Precision and attention to detail have manifested into the physical. It's time to take a step back, see what you've created, and appreciate the transformation that has occurred. Enjoy the fruits of your labor and let the harvest be here. The ancient stone activation says, I embrace all that I've created. I welcome flow, success, and ease. And so it is. Powerful. Next card, the entrance stone. Let's see where this one is. New beginnings, step forward, and expansion. The entrance stone card invites you to step forward into your future, to expand into the possibility of things working out better than you've ever imagined. It may be different to the way you thought it would be, but this card always appears when a positive outcome is likely for you. I love it. It's a good omen card. It urges you to open your mind to positive outcomes and find a way to move toward the realization of your dreams. However, to welcome the new, we must release the past and loosen our grip on the things happening in a certain way. To welcome the new, we must be in the moment and cross the threshold from the past to the present. When we find a way to be in the present, we can truly welcome the new. Featured on this card is one of the best known entrance stones in the world at Newgrange, a 5,200-year-old passage tomb in Ireland. This beautiful ancient stone is adorned with the carvings of the triple spiral, or Triskelly, I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, a mystical symbol thought to represent the Trinity, the past, the present, the future, and the earth, sea, and sky. It invites you to step forward into the future, to open your arms and heart wide and say yes, to trust that something positive will always come of this. Maybe there's something you want deep down and have been wishing and praying for. This card is a good indication that your hopes and dreams will come true. But first, you need to trust and step forward. Ancient Stone Activation says, new and positive experiences are waiting for me. I'm ready to welcome them with open arms. On this brand new day, I am ready to step forth. Wow. And that concludes the reading and intuited portion. We started with the bottom of the deck, and then we worked from the bottom of the cross up across the center, left to right, and then up to the top, which left us with don't be afraid, trust, step forward, and it will all work out. I can't think of a better reading than that. Thank you, Spirit and Divine Helpers, Warriors of Light that were present for this. We give all the thanks. Aho.